Animals have long been reared as a source of protein, but in many cultures, entomophagy, or the eating of insects, is seen as a common and viable source of protein. You can eat dragonflies in Indonesia, grasshoppers in Mexico, and even earthworms in Venezuela. In Thailand alone, 200 different species of insects are eaten throughout the country. But why is it we don't eat insects here in the UK? Dr. Ken Spiers is a food scientist here at London South Bank University. His research has been looking into ways we can use insects to form a protein-rich flour that can be added into foods such as biscuits and cereal bars. So what is the difference between animal protein, specifically beef protein, and insect protein?
Well, in actual fact, the amino acid composition of the protein is very similar to animals, and the fat content is more like a fish rather than an animal, but it's of a similar nature and of a similar composition. So there's no reason why we can't see insects as a potential edible food source to us compared to animals.
So how could we persuade people to eat more insects?
We're looking more, if you like, downstream to how we can convert the insect raw material as a flour, as a very sort of nice, interesting products. And we've had some experimentation with some cereal bars, as you've already mentioned, maybe biscuits, and we're going to go on to look at whether we can make them into meat products.
What would you say are the negative health implications of eating insects?
If you harvest them in the wild, we don't know what they've been feeding on, and insects tend to gravitate towards rotting material, possibly even feces, animal feces and animals. So therefore they will accumulate lots of pathogens, lots of bacteria that we wouldn't want to introduce into a food supply. The better proposition is to use them in a farmed sense, that we could actually raise them in areas where we know what they've been fed on, we know what conditions they've been reared, and then harvest them from mini farms. But the insects themselves produce thousands and thousands of eggs, so potentially there's a high breeding stock that we can develop in the insects.
Which you wouldn't get with animals.
Which we wouldn't get with animals, and they obviously need a lot more room to grow and to move in.